What's with the music?
What? I'm sorry.
Why is it so scary?
It's always like this.
No, it always starts on the really sweet one.
Yeah, it's always like calm, not fucking boss battle or like, hey, they're the first aid kit here. You're about to find out why.
I hope somebody has cure wounds for no particular reason.
Welcome back to the retreat. We're starting at episode 11, session 11. And yeah, I'm looking at some worried faces here.
It's because Nemo's been hyping this session up since yesterday
I'm not
morning.
hyping it up. I'm saying that I'm really worried about it.
You had to talk to Adam on how to make it more okay for you as a DM.
No,
Adam is the scariest DM I've ever heard of.
To be clear, he suggested something and I'm like, oh, I need to change that because that's really bad. You know, like, Adam, if you're listening to this, I love you so much.
I don't.
It was so bad, and I needed to tone it down a little bit.
I'm sorry for that one time I scared you at Coyotes.
So, what happened last session?
Lupin and Jian, well, Jackie, did arts and crafts, and they talked, and they did art.
Jackie had this weird paper mache light.
Yep, it was supposed to be a light, and then
a ball of paper mache goo.
It was not light.
Lupin was like, okay. Lupin was very judgmental of that.
And you were painting with the color of Jin's eyes.
Mm-hmm. Just for funsies. God, we met with Emrys. Oh! Lupin went to talk to Aiko and defeat her fear. Whatever that was.
Yeah.
Because Lupin genuinely doesn't think she fears anything.
Yeah. Lupin's like, literally nothing scary.
He's like, I'm not scared of anything.
Yeah.
We'll see if that'll change.
We escaped!
We did
We
escape.
escaped, yeah.
Oh, we
Jian is Jian.
Jin is
Jin.
Jin. And you found what you call
the loop-de-loop of reality.
The loophole of reality.
Yeah, I found the metal loop-de-loop of reality. It's
forgot
mine
about that.
now. And I talked to a niece.
Yes,
You did talk
and
to
you
a
talked to a niece.
You know that LCL is wanting you.
Yeah.
She wants you for real.
I'm aware of
Did
LCL.
you have an interaction with LCL as well that session, or no?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But I did mention LCL to Lupin because I said...
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you were like, oh, LCL.
Give me
Because the curse,
give me strength LCL as a replacement of oh my god.
And I was like,
you were like, oh.
the fuck did you say?
And Lupin
Lupin.
Lupin doesn't
Lupin.
like that very much.
No.
No.
For very good reason.
Yeah. And then Jin got hate crime but religiously.
What?
What?
I didn't
What?
religiously hate crime you.
No, Lupin did. No, not really.
No,
I'm being dramatic, I promise.
Wait,
Oh.
what was the dramatic?
He was just like, don't
trust your god.
Yeah.
Don't trust your deity of
literally the god of lies.
Yeah.
and changelings. Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, that
wasn't
was
necessarily
that
mean
was
about
session
it.
9 that you had the dream with LCL.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool.
That's
I was
mine.
like,
Yeah.
Lupin
Forgot.
wasn't necessarily mean about what he said.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
He was just like, I'm concerned.
Just like, be careful.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just joshing around.
Josh, my comedy is too
Comedy gold.
unique.
It's too unique.
I'm too special for you to understand.
No.
You know, my sense of humor is really underground. It's called sarcasm. I don't know if you know what it is.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
What?
No, I don't believe in this anymore.
What? Why are we holding hands?
Because Nemo wants to pray for us.
No, I'm not religious. Give me your hand.
Not
We're promising that things.
Oh, you're gonna promise us shit? I don't want to be promised shit.
Just that nothing here will affect how much we love
Everything is
each
going
other.
to affect
No.
us.
This is gonna change everything.
No.
This is gonna change how I feel about both of you forever.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it next week or the week after this. I don't. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm If anything goes wrong.
Give me your trinkets back.
No, not my
I'm just gonna stay here.
It's probably gonna be fine. I just
Your
in
hands are
the
warm.
eventuality of drama.
Of devastation because. Okay.
Because
I don't like the faces you make. It makes me scared.
Sorry.
Oh, we ended it with Jian carrying Lupin.
You don't need to look.
You don't need to look. Aww. So how many times are we gonna say "you ready" until we actually?
You know
I think Nemo's postponing because they don't want to do what they're gonna do to us.
Okay, are we ready to go?
Yes.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
Okay, let's go.
Where are we going?
Dominoes.
Let's go.
Okay. So, our little group of losts make their way out of the camp and into the world. Jian carrying Lupin, hiding her head in their shoulders, afraid of the world he sees. Jian walking down the dry path to the train, except for, of course, the small trail of flowers marking the footsteps as Lupin's mimsy follows them. Just gonna turn up the music a little bit.
My mimsy.
This is a world much different than the one you leave behind with Emrys. The only way I can describe it to you is a place once full, now barren. Full of love, now devoid of it, full of energy, now asleep, a library empty of books, a playhouse silent of a child's laughter. For this is where the gods fell, devoid of the virtues they once held dear. Oh, but how great they were. Great enough to be lured by those small mortals. By you in those days, my love. You brought them down to this land and kept them there. Broken. Or I suppose it would be more fitting to call them gone. Dead. Dust. All that is left of them now is the things they fought most to hold at bay. Little Kahina, who loved so hard the truth of things, divining that which might come to pass, but she never saw her body, causing unknowing ignorance. Poor naive Iso, fixer, healer, laying now, causing plague, chronic things. And those wide-eyed fools of balance, Kyra and Tyolai, leaving their siblings behind, alone, unbalanced. Oh, and Vedera, child who fought so hard for the pretty natural things of life, now fueling a place of nonsensical, man-made beauty. And of course, my beautiful siblings, Malcolmine and Moros, growing from their place joy and fortune. Do you find it funny, my love, the way my voice can change? I told them the rich lay where the gods of terrible things fell. For those are now places like long ago, full of life. Do you think they'll understand I was lying to them? Or will they believe my story like the mortals did? They changed their mentality because of it. Good, now bad. Bad, now good. Moral. What silly words. Bad, good, moral. You know, that's the first part, that's the part I love most about mortals. I don't need to fully lie to them. They do that to themselves. I think that's why I love Jian so much. I only must exist, must once in a while prod in the right direction, and well, they do the rest themselves. That's the beauty of mortals. Mortals are beautiful things. the way they craft their stories to one another, their deceptions. I suppose that they will see that when they return to the world. Jian was only ever Jackie in a very privileged place, and, well, they made themselves forget before. And your little heart hasn't seen the world since it was a good place. I wonder how that will affect him. Will she crumble when she sees the dust of the world, what it has become, the small fragments of what it used to be, or will she accept it, simply say, this is how it is now, and fall into line like the rest of them? Or maybe she'll reject it, say, this isn't how it is, and try to fix it. I do wonder. I think that being away from that woman will be good for their mental health. Remind them of how things really are. Broken. I mean, you realize that when you left. She was rose-colored glasses, wasn't she? Giving you the illusion of home and warmth. That's why you changed, didn't you? When you got to see how things really are. You didn't need to act good for her. If you think about it, I didn't lie any more than she did. I may be the goddess of lies, but Emrys is the embodiment of it, making you think you're home, you're safe, you're good. It's the biggest lie of them all, and you realized that, didn't you, when she left you alone? Well, we'll see what happens now. My little tambourine comes closer every day, and your little heart, well, we'll see if she makes it here. It's a dangerous world for a heart never seeing its whole. I suppose we should warn Petrigal to expect guests. Now we arrive to where we are. Are you okay?
No, I'm great.
And it is as described. I mean, Jian is carrying Lupin, and they are going to the train station, and there is a little path of flowers tracing their footsteps.
I just don't like the name drop. I'm not a big fan of the name drop. I don't like that.
What do you mean? She's so cool and quirky.
Okay. Man, now I have my own theories.
But you are still walking away from the camp that you have been in for like a week now?
For me, yeah. For both. Not even a day for Lupin.
Not even a day for Lupin.
Like a day and a half.
But you are going. Is there anything that you want to do while you are walking to the train station?
I mean, all I'm doing is holding Lupin close to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really saying anything. I mean, I'm used to the world.
Yeah.
I know what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just walking with purpose.
Yeah. I mean, you do still feel that, like, lack of warmth as you head across the border. But other than that, it's how it is.
I mean, I only lost it for 5 days.
That is true.
Yeah. So it's just what I'm used to.
Yeah. But it was nice to be warm.
It was. I'm gonna miss it.
Lupin, is there anything that you want? Are you continuing to use your tune? Okay. You keep walking, and it takes a little bit because it's like an hour walk or something. But you do end up at the train station. There isn't a train in right now. It's kind of like one of those, like...
Yeah. When it stops, it stops.
When it stops, it stops. And it's a little, like... It's barely a train station. It's like a bus stop more than anything else, where it's like there's a little sheltered area, and a bench, and like almost like a dock but on land, and it's not on stilts, you know, just kind of like boards on the ground.
Well, I'm going to the bench.
Okay.
You okay, Lupin?
She doesn't say anything.
I figured. Those are pretty flowers that you got trailing behind us.
It's comforting, too. It's comforting to see.
You've never seen the world before, have you?
Not like this.
Oh.
Is this the world that you live in?
Yeah. It's been like this for a while. So you're telling me you're not used to it?
No.
What did it used to look like?
The world used to be beautiful. It was warm, even on the hottest days. I was young back then. But I knew that once I learned to fly, that I would be able to see so much more.
I mean, you still can.
This isn't a world worth seeing.
I don't necessarily agree with that. There's a lot in this world that you can see.
You don't know what it was like.
No, but you also don't know what this is like.
I grew up in a place where the air was not toxic to your lungs. It did not hang and drip with hopelessness. Breathing was pleasant. But now it's sickening.
Oh, don't let other people hear you say that. Not a lot of pre-war people.
I imagine not.
Yeah, you don't want to look a little bit kooky in front of people, huh?
I could care less.
Well, they care a lot.
Is it strange for me to mourn the world that I used to know? Am I wrong to miss the beauty that once was the world?
I don't think so. I think you can mourn it. Yeah. well, tell you what, I'm looking forward to going back to home. Ever heard of a place called Eisenwood? Was that around?
You don't remember Eisenwood from before, but you have heard of it through your memories.
I know of Eisenwood.
Yeah, well, that's where I live. So, well, yeah. It's where... Hold on. Thinking about this, hold on. I'm not getting used to that. I am used to this, hold on. No, I'm not. Jackie, I live there. Whatever. I live there. So, we can head and get some stuff. And... You ever been shopping?
Shopping?
Yeah. Like, buying things, trading things.
I don't. What?
You've never been shopping?
I haven't really needed to.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it so much.
I don't see why I would need anything else.
Jian is just looking at you with just shock and awe.
Incredulous.
Incredulous of just, wow. I've never heard that before.
I'm quite comfortable with what I have.
Okay, but you could, like, have more. You don't even have to, like, worry about expenses. Like, I got you. Like, I can...
Expenses?
Yeah, like money. You know what money is, right?
You know what money is.
Well, in theory.
I mean, when you were... I will say that when you were younger, you know when you're, like, young and you don't, like, really perceive that things have... Like, you perceive things have value, but you don't really perceive that money exists.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have that kind of thing going on because you were young when you were existing by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And the Broken Angel never really had to buy anything.
They were just kind of pillaged.
Pillaged.
Pillaged. He stole and pillaged. I believe I have some money on my person.
Some's not a lot, is it?
She's gonna like shuffle around in her bag and
Not Jian calling Lupin poor.
and
Some's not a lot, is it?
she produces one gold piece and she holds it up very, very proudly.
Oh, honey.
What can this buy?
I mean, a few things. Just, you know, I reach into my satchel and pull out my bag, my little coin purse, and I open it up and I show 25 gold pieces. So, but this can buy a lot more. When I go home, I can pick up a little more for you. There's a lot you can get with money in the world. Especially the more populated areas.
I'm quite fond of the gifts of nature that do not expect anything but your admiration and respect.
And I don't know how you're gonna fare well in the city. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
But we don't have to go.
There's some things I have to check there first.
Like what?
It's people, and I have connections in Eisenwood, so maybe we can find something while I go.
She doesn't seem like the type of person you should really ask around for.
No, but when you get the bartender drunk enough.
She gives like a little shrug.
Besides, it'd be nice to go home.
it would.
And then I'm silent.
She's going to remove the little bead that she has.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what this is?
Is it the emerald bead? What bead is it?
So you have you have a couple beads, and then you also have that like.
I have the red bead.
The bead that was in the attic that might have been an eye. Which one are you talking about?
The one that looked like an eye. That looked like Echo's eye.
Okay.
Do I know what that is?
Make a... Is history, intelligence, or wisdom? History is...
Yeah, it's intelligence.
Intelligence. I'm gonna have you make a history check, but I'm gonna have it with wisdom instead of intelligence.
Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
So I get a +1?
If you have proficiency, you can still add the proficiency to it, but it's gonna be wisdom instead of intelligence.
Okay. That's a nat 1.
Oh my god.
First roll.
First roll of the...
But +1. So 2.
Still a nat
That's
1.
gonna give you so much more information.
I mean, it's a bead.
You can...
It looks like a lot of... The most that you can discern is that while most of the beads that Emrys wears are ceramic, this one is glass.
It's a special bead.
What does it do?
No, I don't know.
Well, then how do you know that it's special if you don't know what it does?
Because made glass, I feel like...
Oh.
Because, I mean, like, I feel like my Emrys bead... Like, this one's ceramic. This is what Emrys has a lot of little ceramic ones. That's glass.
Can I try and remember where this came from?
Yeah. History check.
History.
Please be better than my now one.
History.
Rolls another nat 1.
That's
No.
so funny.
I'm gonna do good.
I believe in you.
Thanks.
Not 20. And this is opposites.
That's a dirty 22.
Dirty 22?
20.
What is it?
Dirty 22.
Dirty 22. Okay.
Didn't even
I love how you say that, like, there could be a natural 22 at some point.
22-sided die. I'm gonna make it happen. Watch me do it.
You could do in Gravity Falls as a 36-sided die.
But it's not 22.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's
Anyway, what do I know about
got
this?
me.
Bro got me.
Got me good.
Bro thought he ate.
So what are you looking for in particular? Like,
possibly. Okay.
so you said you wanted to know if you could remember where this came from.
Where Seraphim got it, what Seraphim was maybe thinking. Furthermore, if it has anything to do, because I remember what Aiko's eyes look like. My eyes also look the same.
Yes, I think that.
Did I mention that?
You would recognize that this eye looks a lot like your own. I think that you would recognize that this looks like an eye more than a bead. You would remember Seraphim finding it and thinking, ooh!
Shiny!
me!
Does that sound accurate to Seraphim?
Seraphim took it because he thought it looked like Aiko's eye. And he was like, well, fuck shit.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take this because I hate Emrys. Fuck that bitch.
Vengeful. Because I think that you remember that Seraphim found it, said, ooh, put it back, and then came back a different day.
With my big boy roll, can I... Whoa, what was my thought?
Can I? Haha.
Can I
I don't know, can you?
see if I can remember how Emrys got this? Because my thought is that it belonged to Aiko. Am I correct?
To the notes.
Give me that good lore.
Rolls?
The DM is making a hurl. Bro puked a little in his mouth.
That was a natural 20 of the session. That's the only one. Was it a 20? Or was it a 1? It was a 1?
No.
What?
It's just an ordinary roll.
Oh. What the fuck?
Okay.
So mean.
Give me information, question mark?
Okay. So you kind of delve into your memory.
Ouch. Deep dive.
Deep dive. And you try to remember where that you are brought to the memory of Seraphim finding this.
Mm-hmm.
Of Seraphim's thoughts, and of Seraphim being like, oh, this looks like Aiko's eye.
Mm-hmm.
And in going down the thought of Aiko, you get this. It is a memory, but it has more feeling than visuals, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It kind of feels like a memory that is thought about a lot, but made to not think about a lot. Does that make sense? Like a kind of like, I think about it, but then I push it away as soon as it comes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's trying to hide in the shadows kind of memory.
Okay. It's something like, oh, shake it off. I don't want to think about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
And what you get is this feeling of like trust and most especially the feeling that you recognize as that warm feeling that you had when Emrys was near, especially when Emrys was performing magic for you. That like warmth of home. And I think that is probably the most distinctive part of it that you feel, is this like either Emrys was there, or it was for Emrys, or it was because of Emrys. And it was, you can't tell if the like that trusting feeling is also part of that like home and hope and that kind of feeling, or if it was something else. But then it feels like it changes, and it's cold, and it's angry, and it's like you do not hear this, but it is the feeling of like screaming so much you are hoarse. Whether it's from anger or sadness or something else, you do not know.
Okay.
But it's like it's like very juxtaposition of warmth and happiness, and then just raw emotion of some sort. And that's what you get from that.
I'm going to tie it back onto my little situation that I've got going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really know what it's used for. My bad.
It's alright.
It's made of glass.
It's made of glass.
I figured it out.
What?
I didn't need your help.
Oh.
I just wanted to see if you knew anything.
Cool.
Not to say that you don't know anything, but I wanted to see if you specifically knew anything about that.
That's fair, yeah. I'm gonna lean over, see if the train's coming at all, even though I could probably hear it.
So your demeanor right now is so Pascal, oh. Great. You do eventually hear the sound of the train. And it...
I wanted to ask something.
What? Oh,
yeah, you
ask something.
Are you uncomfortable?
You want like a spit? Like, what do you mean? How so?
Just in general.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Do I make you uncomfortable?
Oh no, it's not you. It's just
I don't think I can. I'm asking you.
Well, like I'm Jian.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay, well I'm not. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what personalities no, that's not the right word. What characteristics I have, I guess.
You haven't been you in a long time.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to pull and see what I get.
Maybe we can buy one for you at the shops.
I mean... No, I don't want to... No.
You said you can buy all sorts of things at the shop.
Yeah, but, like, not like a personality. Can I buy it? No, I can't.
I'm sure you can find something that will... Maybe you just need a new look, or...
Yeah, maybe... Well, yeah, because this is kind of Jackie's dress.
Maybe, like, a fun hat.
A hat? I don't know if I'm a hat person.
Have you ever worn a hat? I
Once.
quite like being a hat person.
I did wear a hat.
When
Pascal
was the
wore
last
a
time
hat.
you wore a hat?
Did Pascal wear a cowboy hat?
Well, I was on a date with Jackie. And
What did you wear?
She made me wear this, like, cowboy kind of hat.
Was it comfortable?
For Pascal's head, yeah. I don't know if it'd be... His is kind of like a little like, shaped differently than mine.
Well, then I'm going to veto that hat. I think you should find a hat that Jian would find comfortable.
Okay.
Jin's the one with the money, not Pascal.
True. But he got me in the position to get me this money.
Well, you got yourself the position to get the money.
I'm having too many crises today.
You were only wearing a hat. Jian doesn't have a hat on now. Maybe he needs a hat. But one that's for him, not for someone else. I think Lupin just confused herself. She just spouting
Lupin
bullshit.
confused Jian, too.
She's kind of looking like...
Jin's looking the same.
Her eyes are like a little squinted closed, and it's like...
They're looking confused as well, like, yeah. Sure, okay.
Okay, we'll buy a hat.
Okay.
This is so awesome.
Where's the train?
Maybe you're more of a hair clips kind of person.
I mean, I think the ponytail is really heavy, though, because it's a lot of hair.
I think it's boring.
Well, you don't like the little streak that I got going, like, in front, and then, like, the little sides going around?
I think it could be shinier.
Well, I haven't watched it, so, yeah, I guess.
No, like,
Huh?
metallically shiny.
Well, I mean, if you wash hair, it, like...
No.
Oh.
Like, metallically shiny. Like, she's, like, pointing at the little things that she has dangling from the little beak of Seraphim. She's, like...
Adding things to it.
Accessories,
yeah!
She just gives the biggest smile that you've seen since she broke down, like, 5 minutes ago.
The way I'm laughing right now is how Jiz laugh, like... Yeah.
That sounded weird.
What? My laugh? Your laugh? Whose laugh? Who are we talking about? If you say me, I will cry.
I think the wind whistled past me in a weird way.
Yeah, did it? Smart answer.
You can see that she's like, slowly learning what things she should and should not say.
Your laugh sounds weird.
Well, I kind of like how long it is. It's just really heavy because I didn't take good care of it. It's so much hair.
I don't have hair.
Good for you.
I'm sorry. I love her so much.
Well, how long has it been since you... What do birds do? Like, preen your wings. You know?
I can't really reach my wings.
Oh.
They're growing out of my spine.
That's a problem. You get to... Oh, I see birds. Can't you like reach backward? Is that not a thing?
My neck is pretty stiff from sleeping for 1,000 years.
Ah, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
And the wings are placed farther away than they usually are from a bird's neck.
Though I can imagine a warm basin of water sitting in it would be very nice. She doesn't know it's called a bath, it's fine.
They could wash each other's hair and wings. That would be so cute.
She's gonna take the stake and go...
What? Why?
And then she climbs up on it and is like...
Oh, of course.
Looking around. She's like eye level to you now.
Yeah.
Hey. Look away from me, okay, sure.
You could see discomfort in her eyes when she made, like, this type of eye contact rather than this type of eye contact. She was like...
Level versus lower. Yeah.
Yeah, well, how does she know it's even eye contact? Jin's eyes are pure white. No one would know.
Well, she's kind of only making eye contact with one eye because one of the other ones is just bloodshot and red.
Yeah. You see anything?
I see a train.
What?
It's a train. What? Can I have you make a history check?
Huh?
If I know what a train is, sure. 17.
Trains are different now. Before they were more natural. They weren't these like careening smoke machines. They kind of used to hum like a song as they went along, but this train is very heavy. It's very big. It is metal. It is almost over-engineered, but it is something like a train that you remember.
Lupin's going to climb off of her staff onto your shoulder.
Oh, okay.
And then pull it back out, and she kind of like nuzzles her face back into your neck.
There, as I pat Lupin's head. Okay. I'm gonna stand up.
With this tiny bird on your shoulder.
I'm gonna like as I'm standing up, I'm gonna like have my hand around, so I'm like holding her weight.
Like piggyback?
Yeah, I'm like holding her weight.
Gotta support the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, she like slides further down so that her feet are like gripped onto your...
Ow, careful.
I'm gonna say that you can tell that her grip is a little bit nervous.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, you're gonna love Eisenwood. There is people though, so lots of people.
She like nuzzles in closer. She's like,
as the train comes to a halt, it kind of it does what trains do. It doesn't land with the first car, because the first car has all of the mechanical shit in it, and people aren't gonna sit in there.
I love trains.
I know. But it lands a couple cars down from the main car, and
And boats.
And machinery.
Love carriage. I love the carriage. No, because when I found it in the Minecraft Create mod that you can make trains, I was so happy. Yeah. Do you know the Create mod in Minecraft? The Minecraft mod is called Create, and you can make trains that are actually fully functioning. And they even go through the nether and stuff.
Looks up Create mod on Minecraft. And just as it is stopping, what you can only assume is some sort of conductor or something, person who goes through and gets tickets and stuff like that, hops out, a little herringun, a little rabbit person, with a little top hat and a little waistcoat, and is kind of like shouting to the entire empty train station. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. We have a full train that is working. Anywhere that you want to go on this continent, we are going all over Rosem. Anywhere that you need to go, we can get you there, but you need to get a ticket first because it is, what's that? Not free. Yes. Thank you for your time. And he looks around at the empty train station. Right.
Two tickets for Eisenwood.
2 tickets for Eisenwood. That is, yes, that 2 tickets, that is going to be, 3 silver pieces and 1 copper piece.
I get 1 of my gold.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Alright, and...
Keep the change.
Oh! For me?
Yeah.
Thank you. And he puts it into a little pocket in his waistcoat. Do you need me to show you to your seats, or have you been on a train before?
Yeah, I've been on a train.
Well, take your seats wherever you like, and we will be in Eisenwood in the mid-morning.
Thank you. Do I find any of, like, the private kind of, like, compartment things?
You would have to pay more for those.
Lupin, you want privacy?
What?
You want a private seating?
I don't see why it would matter, as I don't think there are very many people on this train.
There are people on the train. There aren't people on the platform with you.
Yes, please.
Can we get a private seat?
Yes, that would be 3 more silver pieces.
Let's get another
Lupin's
gold.
gonna, like,
Though you
wave
did
her
give me
little
a-
gold piece.
Though you did give me a gold piece earlier, so if you wanted to use the remainder of that for your thing...
She throws her gold piece at his face.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry for her. I'm sorry for her. She's young.
I am actually not.
Nope. Yes, you are. Sorry.
I am approximately 500 years old.
She's playing pretend.
Plus.
Sorry.
Don't be
Can
fooled by how small I am.
Can you please lead us to the seats?
Of course.
Thank you. Sorry for the trouble.
Leads you to...
May I have my gold piece back? We're
Here.
gonna buy a hat.
It just fell on the ground in front of him, and so he picks it up and gives it back to you.
Thank you. I did not mean to hit you in your face. She puts it back in her pocket, nuzzles her face back into your neck.
Right this way. And he shows you, you kind of like, you have to go through some of the areas of public seating before he shows you to a kind of like, it's an alleyway, and then on either side, what?
Anyway.
And on either side there are like sliding doors to go into those separate rooms, and shows you to an empty one, and says, well, if you need anything else, just there's a little pulley system, and you can give me a ring at any time, and I will come to service.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
And what was your name, sir?
Harry. Don't laugh.
I love you so much.
I love you. Well, thank you so much.
Sometimes you don't have stuff prepared, I'm sorry.
I walk inside.
Fuck. I have to write that down, because what if Harry comes back?
What do you mean Harry's not the main conductor? What do you mean he's not, like, so important to the storyline of the train arc?
The train arc.
So when I stepped into
We're in our train episode?
We are.
Train episode!
Let's just hope it's not like Demon Slayer.
Oh. Fuck. Train to Busan.
When I hop in, I, like, scramble, try to get you on one of the seats.
She doesn't move.
Oh my god. I sit
She's
down.
like a stubborn cat.
I close the door.
Okay.
But now that I'm like leaning on something, I like remove my hand. And I lean down and I'm like, you good?
She's still squished up against you.
You can relax. You know this, right?
She relaxes just a little bit,
Oh
but
my
it's
God.
still on your shoulder. You don't understand. I've had something to keep me warm all this time. It's really cold out here.
You have a scarf.
I don't have much of a neck.
No, you just wrap it around yourself. Like a little coat. Like a little blanket.
I'll move if you want me to move.
Well, are you warm?
No. You're very cold.
Well, I'm so sorry.
I thought you were supposed to be fleshy. Humans are fleshy and warm.
I stare like at... Lupin, I'm not human.
But you're fleshy.
That doesn't mean I'm human.
Well, pardon my phrasing, but what are you?
Lupin, you ever heard of a changeling?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you've heard of changelings.
Well, yes.
Have they ever been described, like, very accurate to how I look?
History check. I'm about to say something, am I?
14.
You've seen changelings before.
Yes.
Then what do you think I am?
A changeling.
There you go.
Who doesn't have blood because you're freezing? She hops off. She sits down next to you and starts looking out the window and just humming to herself.
A child.
Her feet are like not even like hanging off. They're like, and they just like
They like end before the seat goes does the right angle down to the floor. Tiny guy.
I'm only 24.
and I'm 1,000.
Well, good for you.
1,000 years old.
You can't tell people that.
Why not?
Because they're not going to believe you. They'll think you're crazy.
Well, am I not?
Well, no, you are, but you can't, you...
Hey. She looks back away and starts humming in the morning. She's fucking delusional right now.
Look, you just can't tell people that you're 1,000.
Well, then you can't tell people that you're Jackie.
What?
Burn.
Lupin's not looking at me, is she?
She looked at you for that one.
Okay. Did she look back?
Nope, she's still looking.
I'm gonna lean over. Uh-huh. And flick her.
She's like...
Roll my eyes. That no one would be able to tell.
It's getting to be later. It's probably around 5 right now. It's going to be if you look at the map, you are all the way north in Rosum, and Eisenwood is all the way south in Rosum.
You hungry, Lupin? They offer food here, right? Yeah, that's what trains do.
Yeah, trains offer food.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna ring the little bell.
It's kind of like, you know how in like old houses there's like the lever that you can pull and then it goes down to like the servants' quarters and the bell rings?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that kind of setup. And a few minutes later you can hear of like hopping, of like a rabbit hopping down the corridor, and a little and a sliding open the door. That was quick. Anything that you need, or...
Sorry, we were wondering what kind of food you serve here?
Oh, yes. We serve soup.
Okay.
And we have biscuits and gravy, and is it more of a breakfast, lunch, dinner sort of thing that you were looking for? We have most meals.
I think dinner, maybe.
Dinner? Well, we have a sort of like a beef stew sort of thing with potatoes and onions and that kind of thing. We have fresh made bread from our bakers. We also have salads and bugs and stuff like that for those kinds of people. Anything of interest sounding to you? I could keep talking, or...
What type of grubs do you serve?
We serve a lot of beetles and worms and moths and butterflies and that sort of thing. We also have centipedes.
Do you need time to think about it?
I think that I want beetles.
Beetles.
And soup.
Okay. Beetles and soup.
Do you have like a vegetable soup?
We do.
Without meat?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I have this beef stew with no onion and then just some biscuits, please?
Bread.
Biscuits. Stew, no onion.
It's like a restaurant.
I love role-playing ordering at a restaurant.
Bro, remember when we roleplayed for like half an hour, you getting theater tickets from the ticket wizard?
You remember in D&D when we all got drunk and Aiden kept going around saying, crab rangoon, crab rangoon.
To be clear, our characters got drunk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It adds so much more like atmosphere to it. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll have this, but like no onions.
Can you remind me what kind of insects you had with your vegetable stew? Beetles. That was me. That wasn't.
Wasn't Harry?
Pete would never forget an order.
Pete? You mean Harry?
Harry would never.
And Nemo would never forget their NPC's names.
Why did I do this to myself? Beetle, veggie soup. Well, I will have that out for you, lickety split. Is there anything else, any drinks or anything that you would want?
Do you have water?
We have water.
I'll take water.
Do you want any water or anything?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, I will be back.
Thank you.
And he slides the door and you can hear boop, 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 boop of him boinging away. Harry.
So, beetles, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so tired. Jit
They're
says.
full of natural protein.
So's meat.
Gross.
Are insects not meat?
They're not meat in the same sense that...
That meat is meat?
Yes.
Right.
This is like so off topic, but you know how like
They're more in the vein of being like tofu.
you know how
Yeah.
like people are like pescatarian?
Uh-huh.
I feel like in D&D world there should be like a thing that's like I don't eat meat but I eat bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm buscatarian.
Bugsitarian.
insectitarian.
Insectitarian.
Yeah.
New term. Trademark. Insectitarian.
Lupin is insectitarian.
I'm writing it down. Fuck. Lupin's insectitarian.
Put it on the character sheet.
Personality traits. Insectitarian. Flaws.
Flaws. Insectitarian.
That was just a random thought that I had that was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Because then it's like in the same way of like, aren't fish meat though? And then they're like, well, yeah, but like it's different.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different.
I'm
And
what
I
you
feel like-
call an insectitarian.
Okay.
It's like being pescatarian, but for insects.
I do know what that is.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
I'm sorry, you just seem like you didn't.
Well, I just haven't met a lot of insectitarians before. I don't meet a lot of them.
Bummer.
Okay. I open.
Okay, so we've got biscuits and beef stew without onion.
Okay, I take that and I put it on my seat.
Okay, and then veggie soup with beetles.
I take it and then I give it to Lupin.
Okay, and waters.
I take both. Thank you so much.
Of course. If there's anything else, we will be starting to move shortly, and then we will be along.
Thank you.
Of course. Slides close and leaves.
Get my stuff.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna wait until Lupin starts eating.
She takes her food to a different spot and sits down. But she also grabs out her bag and dumps out the contents of her bag on the table as well.
What are you doing?
Organizing.
There isn't a table necessarily in the middle of the room, but it's more of those things that's like connected to the wall that you can pull out.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
I want to pull out the blueprints.
Okay.
Do these look familiar to me?
Do you mean the blueprints that Seraphim found in the wall? And you made duplicates, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. They do. I'm going to make you make a history check to see how familiar they are.
11.
You can't exactly remember why it's familiar, but it is very familiar to you. You feel like maybe you've seen it before, or you've either seen the blueprints or you've seen the thing that it's describing, but you can't exactly tell where you remember seeing it.
Okay. Can it be that Lupin, so the bead,
Yes.
that feeling of trust.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another acute feeling of that, but from Emrys's side of the situation, where she had given an object to Aiko as a symbol of trust, and it didn't go well. Can I have found like the similarities between those and like connected them as like it seems sort of like a sort of exchange of trust, where like, this is what I give you, you give me this, and that like symbolizes.
You mean in comparison of the I and this object? I think that would make sense. That you could feel you could feel the like feeling of an exchange of trust in this, as that is very similar to what you just recently had in that memory.
Cool.
Because it's still fresh in your mind.
Cool. She's gonna wrap them up and put them away. Actually, she draws a picture of the bead on the blueprints and then puts it away.
Is this in front of Jian?
Yeah. I'm not necessarily trying
I'm
to
not
hide
paying
it.
attention.
You're not paying attention? Okay.
I'm trying to eat as slow as I can. In the way of someone who has not eaten in a long time.
Yeah.
Doesn't know how to actually eat food.
Yeah.
So I'm just like dipping my biscuits.
Okay. The train slowly begins to... It does the thing that a lot of, like, big things do, where it kind of, like, starts going backwards and then kind of, like, it kind of drifts back and then it starts to go. It starts to make a lot of noise and it's very loud.
Take that.
Lupin moves back over to Jian once her stuff is, like, cleaned up and stuff.
I love train noises. So, how's the beetles?
They're decent. They taste like they've been heated up.
What, you prefer them like raw?
Well, yes.
Like raw is like in alive or like just dead?
Well, just dead.
Okay.
Preferably just caught.
Okay. So you like fresh beetles?
Well, yes.
Why are you so judgy about this? Literally, Someone's like, why are you vegetarian though? Like, but why?
No, it's because Jian's like curious. Like, it's genuine.
So what do you still remember about Jian?
Truthfully, not a lot. It's been a long time.
What was his mother's name? Or is?
Can I try to trigger a memory? Because, yeah. Can I do, like, a check? Like,
yeah. Why don't you do a history check for me really quick?
Okay. History check?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 10.
Alright. Give me a second. I'm pulling up my lore.
So am I.
Yeah. Because you never told me that, correct?
Yes, I did.
Jian's?
Yeah.
Oh!
I did.
Fuck yeah. Give me a second.
It was in the text message.
I thought you sent me Jackie's. I'm so sorry.
No. I sent you Jian's.
Okay.
So yeah, you do have that information.
I do have that information. I was like, is it something that I made up, or is it something that you told me? I thought that you were doing Jackie's. Okay, cool. I have that. Father or mother, did you ask?
Mother.
Triss.
Triss? Yeah.
What did she look like?
I don't know.
Did she smile at you often?
I think.
What about your father?
Lupin, can we not talk about it right now? Like I said, it's been a long time.
I only thought that after so long of not remembering that you might want to have some memories of your own that weren't Jackie's.
I do, it's just... I mean, not all of them are good, I guess. The ones that automatically come to mind, that is.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's mostly my fault. I was a dumb kid.
But you were also just a kid.
Ah. But a dumb one.
Do I remember being a kid?
Oh, that's so sad. That's so fucking sad.
Okay.
That's such a sad question.
You know, I remember being a kid.
Yeah, what was it like?
I had a mother and siblings.
How many?
3. We don't have names for each other in the traditional sense, so my mother was a feeling, as were my siblings.
So then what'd you call each other?
You know, when a child cries for their mother, they'll usually call for them. But with her, she just kind of knew. Say I was born sick, and I couldn't do very much for myself. She never faulted me for that. I think she even felt a little bit guilty. But what mother doesn't when their child can't live fully? But I never blamed her.
What about your father?
We don't have fathers. I mean, they existed, but they don't stick around. But that's not bad, that's just how it is. I remember as a child watching my mother fly from where I would lay. She looked like the sun dancing through the trees.
The sun, huh?
She still reminded me of the sun, even when she was gone. Even when I knew she was still there, but...
How old were you when you, did you leave or anything?
I couldn't have been older than a year.
Oh.
Or so.
How do you remember then?
I guess I just have a good memory.
Lucky you.
I think that I remember things for other people a lot better than I remember things for myself, so whenever I do dream of my mother, it's always a good night.
What is your interest in me anyway? Just out of curiosity.
Seraphim made a promise to you, as did I. But I think beyond that, my interest is for you as a friend. As a person who is close to me.
No, that's fair. I get that.
What about you?
Hmm?
You could have left me. Is it because I remind you of him?
A little bit, yeah. But also, I feel like... I mean, I don't want to go alone. I mean, that was kind of a big part of that. Also, you know, I didn't want the DM having to do 2 campaigns.
That's not a reason! Lupin doesn't understand that as a reason.
I think I might leave, and I had to be like, I'm gonna have a conversation with you, and that conversation is, we're not splitting the party.
Yeah, no, the DM didn't want me to split the party, so... No, I think the only person who could help me on this is you.
Plus, I don't think Emrys is going to leave camp willingly.
Nope.
Especially if we're going to go see Aiko.
Yeah, no. What's your opinion of her anyway?
Emrys?
Yeah.
I don't think I really have one. I spent a lot more time thinking and dreaming about Aiko more than I ever did of Emrys.
Wait, you dream of Aiko?
I thought we already knew this.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. Don't you dream about people in the world too?
Not usually. I mean, I only ever have like one dream, and it's just a room full of mirrors.
I thought you didn't like mirrors.
I don't.
In the same way that Seraphim, or the broken angel, was made of Aiko's anger and rage, I am a part of her heart that she didn't want, I think.
What?
Well, not actually a part of her heart, but the idea of something she wanted to throw away, I would think. I dream of her memories frequently.
Oh. Well then. Didn't know that was a thing you could do.
Well, it's not really a thing I can do. It's just sort of something that happens.
I meant like you in like general.
Oh.
Just you to like space.
The royal you.
The royal you.
You don't ask very many questions.
Well, yeah, fair point. Yep.
Anything that you didn't know about me is a fault of yours for not asking.
Well, I consider questions to be invasive, so...
Then how do you get to know anyone?
I don't. I mean, I do, but in a way that's not question related. I just slowly get to know them. Like, hey, we're going shopping, and whatever treat they get, I learn, oh, that's their favorite treat. Woo, information. I didn't have to ask. Like, I now know that you like Beatles.
I've always liked Beatles.
I didn't know that. Until now. I didn't even have to ask the question. It's a simple thing like that. It's just noticing people. Just watching them. Learning their mannerisms, learning what they like and don't like. And what they don't like is very obvious. But questions can annoy people.
You mean Seraphim?
Not just Seraphim.
Are you often questioned about things?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, you're quite questionable.
Not before camp, I wasn't.
What do you mean by that?
When I first came to camp, that was Jackie. But Emrys knew immediately what I was. And I guess having her know really tampered with everything. I think it's why I fell apart so quickly. Because usually I was really good about it. Like, really good. But just her knowing It scared me. And then her knowing more and more because of that stupid fucking game that I decided to play because I thought I could lie, but she's so easy to tell the truth to. And it scared me. And so, I mean, when Seraphim started asking questions, I didn't want him to find out either, but it was getting really hard to keep the mask.
What do you think is going to happen between you and LCL when she learns that you don't want to lie anymore?
See, I try not to think about it. Because, I mean, like, I'm one changeling.
But a very special one?
What do you mean?
Did I not? Fuck. I'm pretty sure I told you that she...
No, because you said that's something that... Let's roll the clip. Because you only told me that LCL did bad things. You didn't mention that you had a dream.
Oh, I didn't? What was your question again?
Like,
sorry, back to...
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well... She's... said things about you before.
Huh? And how do you know this?
Because she's working with Aiko.
Callie, head in hands.
Jian, head in hands.
Fuck.
Are you upset with me?
No. Not you.
I love this.
She essentially said that you're her special one.
Do you know why?
Well, no. Not really. Wait, do I know why?
Make a history check.
No, fuck.
Why?
I
Trinket.
want to use a trinket.
Trinket time. The first trinket in the game for the session. Trinket.
Okay. So, this is what you... This is a history check that you're making. And it is like the history check where you are trying to find something. So you're looking through your memories. And this isn't necessarily your memory. But it is new. It was very recent. And it... What you can gather from it is that it is LCL speaking to Aiko and describing what we have heard at the top of this episode of how Jian kind of represents humanity's love for lies and the fact that that she need not do all that she has to get them to lie because they are so susceptible to it. And in knowing that, I think you would also, with this automatic success of a trinket, understand that Jian was so good at lying to themselves that at one point they actually believed the lie. So that is the That is what you gather from that.
Okay. She just likes the way that you lie.
That makes sense. Now. I talked to her. Once.
When?
A dream before we left.
What did she have to say?
She told me I was her favorite. And I believed her. But I don't know.
She sees you as her greatest success in creating a dishonest world.
I think it's time to get some sleep. I'm tired. And I'm gonna push away the barely eaten soup and like half biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
And push it away. Is there like another seat? Like, is it like a two?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over to the other seat. And I'm gonna lay in it facing away and facing into the cushion.
Okay.
Good night, Lupin.
Sleep well.
You too.
You hear her putter to the other side of the train. And can the windows open?
No.
Damn it.
Bro.
It's a train.
Windows don't open
Windows
in
don't.
trains. Because what if someone jumped out, you know? Safety.
But in the Polar Express, they open the windows.
Well, in that case.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Briar and Isabel watched the Polar Express, and I have a quote in my notes that is just, Tom Hanks, your Tom Hanks is showing.
She's going to play a pitch on her pitch pipe and start quietly singing a different song that you don't know. But this one is quieter, so you can't make up words.
For the viewers to understand how Jian is feeling. Complicated. Jian is angry, but not at Lupin. But Lupin doesn't know that.
Can we know
Wait.
who Jian is angry at?
Themselves
Mm-hmm.
and LCO.
Okay.
But they're majorly mad at themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to cast Sense Emotions.
With that, what does Lupin sense?
Lupin senses. Would they be able to pick up on angry at what?
Why don't you roll an insight check to see if you can find the direction of the anger?
Yeah, because anger is a pretty big one.
Mm-hmm.
Insight?
Yes.
19.
Do you think that would do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The majority of it is angry at themselves and at LCL. That's pretty big. And then you also kind of hidden away there hurt. The emotions are anger, hurt, then just numb.
For the viewers at home, can we know why Jian is hurt? Not for Lupin.
Because
but for
Jian
us.
really wanted someone to like them.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact it was because of them being able to be dishonest and that representation of it. And it hurts. Because they are not liked for who they are, but what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurts.
Hey, Lupin likes you for who you are.
Yeah, well, Jin's
You know why
complicated.
she's so judgmental? Because she's so impressionable and just is copying you. I just realized that recently. And I was like, oh, she's so judgmental because that's what she's seeing. And she's like, I can do that. I can take that on.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Your laugh sounds weird.
Can I take... So usually when I sing, the flowers happen. And that's because Lupin is channeling healing into the earth so much so that it can bring life back to it. Can I channel that? Not the growing part, but the healing part, like the warmth that song brings to me. Can I channel it to Jian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have you make a religion check?
Oh, a religion check.
No, because I'm kind of still curious on what you rolled last session in the beginning, like the 3 little rolls.
Oh
you
shit,
did.
I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah,
There you
can
go.
do that.
No fucking way.
20. Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Anyway,
good.
happy to remind you about the rolls.
Thank you.
Is that one of the rolls, or is that... are
No,
you using
that was
Okay.
just my flat roll for today.
Okay.
But I'm gonna grab those 3 dice that I need.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I realized you didn't do
Thank you
that.
for
And I'm like, I'm kind of curious now.
You're like, what the fuck?
Why isn't he doing it right now?
Why didn't he do it? Okay.
Well, it's at the start of every day, so...
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I still needed those then. Well,
Yeah.
fine.
Well then, I mean, you're about to go to sleep, so you can roll them now if you want for that.
Should I describe what Jian, or do you want to describe what Jian does?
What is shit?
Why don't you start, and then I can add things on if you
Okay.
want.
Jin's gonna feel? Oh my god.
Oh my god, Jin's so numb right now.
You don't feel those feelings go away, but you feel something else. It's like almost like an orb of light in your chest, kind of. That it like feels warm and like, yeah. It like feels like a heartbeat.
Yeah. I will also add that while you do not have strong memories of your childhood, you have the feeling that maybe one time you were told stories, and that feeling of being told a story is the same feeling.
Can I remember which story?
I meant like the general
Yeah, I know.
feeling of
Okay.
being told us, like, not a specific story, but
Ah.
like that feeling of someone is telling you something,
Yeah. Okay.
and it's because they care about you and they're
Can I try
teaching you.
to remember one of the stories?
Yeah. Why don't you make a history check?
Natural 20.
Oh my
That's the third nat
God.
20. Second.
You're so mean.
No, third,
No,
because Nemo
third,
rolled
because
one.
I rolled one.
Yeah. So I said you were so mean. Natural 20. Why is it to know what bedtime story I was told? What the fuck? So which one?
I need to take my meds, because I forgot to.
Okay.
Also, piss.
And also,
Bitch, check on the cat. Where the fuck did she go?
do you want me to wait for you?
Sure.
Okay. Good. Because you gave me these like an hour ago, so I need
Jin's favorite?
I just turned on the light and she was like, oh!
The goat, the horse, and the donkey.
She was like, oh, please.
Do you have any preferences about, like,
Which one?
content? Okay.
Whatever. I don't really care.
Okay.
Right now.
Boo.
Look at them.
Oh. Inject the stress.
Yeah, with the blue of Jin's. I love Jian right now. Jin's so goofy. You know what I think it is?
What?
You can delete this later. Jin's personality is Pascal's.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's that kind of thing. Because Jian gonna beat themselves, which is basically just Pascal.
Okay.
But now they're learning.
Just Pascal's.
Yeah, they're learning. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Except not that smart. Disillusioned intelligence.
I'm keeping that in.
No.
With no context. I'm just gonna-
Disillusioned intelligence.
Disillusioned intelligence.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Is Peetie okay? Peter the Harry.
Harry the Harry.
Harry
Man.
Peter.
Peter Lucas.
Peter Lucas.
That's her full name.
Were you thinking of Peter Rabbit? Is that who you were thinking of?
I don't know. I was like,
Okay.
it's like a 4-letter man name, you know?
Yeah.
Pete.
Harry.
Harry.
Harry has 5. What are you talking about?
No, Harry is Hary. Okay, I had to count on my fingers. That's funny. Okay, so you. As you are feeling this, like, feeling of how it feels to have a story told to you, especially, you know, in the warmth of family, with others around you being told this story as well, you feel the story of what you remember to be the goat, the horse, and the donkey. And you remember it was your favorite story because it represented everything that you were taught to believe. It was a story about in a land far, far before the land that we are in now, there was once a goat, a horse, and a donkey. And they traveled together. And sometimes they had arguments, but they would always make up because there were always silly arguments. And one day they had an argument about who they were, because I mean, a goat, a horse, and a donkey, they all kind of look the same, but they all have things that are very different about them. You know, a horse is taller, a goat is shorter, a donkey has a different face. And they were traveling and they were having this argument, and along the road came a fox, and the fox, they presented their argument to the fox because the fox was smart. Foxes are clever, and they thought that maybe this fox could be able to settle their argument with each other, because the donkey thought that they should be treated all the same because they all kind of look the same, because they had just been in a town where this argument had started, and the fox said to them, well, you all are different. That's what makes the horse, and the goat, and the donkey, the donkey. You all are different. The goat can produce milk, and the donkey can't really do that. Not in the same way as the goat can, and I mean, the horse, not so much either. And so you shouldn't try to compare yourselves to each other because you're all different. But And so you should all be treated as different, but not as different as better, but different as different. Because it's important to be who you are, not a goat if you're a horse, or a donkey if you're a goat. And that was kind of the main idea of this story was, what are you smiling about? It was a lesson that was taught very often by the people around you, because it's important to be yourself even if you have the ability to be someone else. I think that was a very important lesson that was reiterated throughout your childhood.
Jian's just gonna relax instead of tense.
And I feel that, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna keep
Nostalgic now.
that there.
There's this nostalgia running in my emotions.
And on that, I have to go to the bathroom.
Break down.
Okay, so that is the story that you remember. As you get that feeling.
Yippee. Yippee. I go to sleep.
You go to sleep. Does Lupin go to sleep as well, or does Lupin stay awake?
Until Jian falls asleep.
Okay.
I don't go to sleep.
Okay, so we're going to go to Jin's dream, and Briar, I need you to leave.
Okay. What?
What?
We're talking about this. Hi. How doing?
I'm good. I had my first legal drink.
Oh my gosh. Was
I went
it
to
how?
Yeast Tea and Lily was working.
What did you feel? How did you feel doing it?
I don't know. It was fun. I mean, it's not like I haven't drank, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the first legal.
It was first legal. Okay.
Yeah, we have that recorded. We got it recorded.
And we will delete it. I
Yeah, we
delete a lot of middle stuff.
Cotton 24K.
Cotton MP4.
MP4.
Okay.
Bye, Briar.
Bye bye.
Oh no.
You're like, what? Even though you asked me to do this?
Oh fuck! Shit, bitch.
What?
Shut up.
No.
No, I want to be surprised and fake Briar out.
No, I knew that this was gonna happen.
No.
Nemo told me that they were gonna boot me out.
Oh man.
For the record, I love this choice that you made. I'm so happy.
The
about
what?
it. The character choice you made for this. Okay.
Don't you like the question of am I allowed to mourn from Lupin? And then I'm like, yeah, I think you can.
Like you're doing it before you're even serving it. You know? Okay. Hi.
Hi.
You fall asleep, and you wake up as you always do in the same room. Small room, circular room full of mirrors. Different mirrors, different frames, but always in front of the same one.
Do I see Jackie?
You do.
Hey, love.
Hi.
Oh, it's actually you, thank God.
What do you mean? I mean, it's always me, right?
Not last time.
Oh. Okay.
How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
Been thinking.
Yes.
I'm gonna start walking up to her mirror. You didn't ever get to read our vows.
No.
I wrote it really good.
Did you?
I did.
Would you like to recite it to me?
If you want me to. I've never forgotten them. Let me look at my notes as I go to the... As I did forget. Where are they? There you go.
She stands all, like, back straight in front of the mirror, like, ready.
My dearest Jackie, with eyes of golden rain, my heart is as deep as sea. My heart as deep as sea is filled with all fish meant for you. Tidal waves of expert precision washed ashore for your heart. The garden grows for each second your ray of light shines on the flowers. No color of the garden able to replicate the glimmer you shine. I vow to do all for you, my love. With your heart woven into mine, my life is but yours to do as you please. Mine to envelop in your arms, mine to ease your pain. I shall protect you from all that want to harm your gentle petals that flow ever so freely in any direction you desire. What is mine is yours, my heart is owned for whatever you want in life. My happiness is when you are happy, my feelings are for you only. I love you, my darling flower of the growing moss. I love you, Jack and Moss grown, forever until we part.
You see she's smiling, but there's just a single tear that runs down from one of her eyes.
I really did mean the last part. And I've been thinking. Jin's eyes start to water.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be best if we did. I don't want to. I really don't want to, but I think I need to.
I think you need to.
That's why you're here, isn't it? Some part of my head telling me that I need to let you go.
She holds out her hands and they kind of phase through the mirror to hold yours.
I reach out for one of them.
I was never your. You can fight for living things.
I haven't known that girl Lupin for long. That little boy just sitting on the train, but you would have liked him.
I think I would have. But I think you did too.
She reminds me of a kid I'll never have. I will love you forever. But you have already parted from me and I have to let you go. I'm so sorry.
Do not be sorry. I have already left.
I know.
But I'm always in your heart, and I will never leave.
I don't want to let go. Jian reaches down and kisses the hand,
Okay.
which I will not reenact. And then I let it go.
Mm-hmm.
My hand's shaking. Let your petals soar. And then I just crumble to the ground with my head in my hand, with my hands blocking my eyes, as I'm just shaking.
You hear goodbye, my little rascal. And you hear a sound. It's... At first you think it's like the sound of I don't know how to describe like the sound of glittering. And then yeah, like, and then are you still not looking?
No, not looking.
Okay. If we had an outside pair of eyes, we would see in the center of the room, Jian crumpled, head in hands, and from Jackie's mirror, it starts as the mirrors begin to slowly shatter, and the frames crumple.
The first, like, crackling, Jian looks up.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
And they all shatter, and there is a moment of silence, as if waiting for something, and then this small room changes, and the frames left from the mirrors begin to form into pillars, and the pillars form into a garden-like gazebo, and you can see out of the gazebo into a very familiar garden.
What the fuck?
But it is different from how you remember falling over it all those years ago. It isn't as cared for. The grass is overgrown, and there is an enormous willow tree casting its shade over much of the garden. There aren't a lot of flowers here yet, but there are places for them to be when they are ready to be grown.
I slowly start making my way, like, through one of the arches. Very much, like, very hesitant of, like, is this fucking real? Well, no, I want to be in the dream.
Yeah.
But is this, like, actually happening?
Mm-hmm.
And then I cross.
Okay.
What happens?
Do you mean, like, you cross into the garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do I find?
It's still empty at the moment that you were looking around.
Mm-hmm.
It is warm here. It smells like warm spring air. You can smell flowers, but you don't see any yet. And there are mirrors all, like, scattered around in different shapes and styles, and there are several bird baths with reflective surfaces on them. It is beautiful.
Can I go to one of the bird baths?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I go to one of the bird baths.
Yeah, you go to one of the bird baths. Do you look into it?
Yeah, I, like, peer in a little bit.
You see your own face.
I yoink back.
I don't know what you were expecting from going to a bird bath, but yeah, you see Jian.
Well, I was hoping to see a different face.
I'm sorry.
I miss Jackie.
That is what you see.
Hello?
You don't see anyone just yet, but you do feel a familiar presence behind you.
I turn around.
There doesn't seem to be anyone there yet, but it is, like, around you.
Hello?
Hello.
What? Oh. Anise?
Yes.
Huh?
Hello.
Hi.
You see before you Anise. As has been described to you before, gods don't usually take their, like, usual, like their true form.
Uh-huh.
Because it is very vulnerable for them. So Anise is not in like a true form at the moment, but Anise is in a form. They are. This is the god of mourning. This is the embodiment of the river of sorrow, and they take the form at the moment of. It's hard to describe. It's almost like it's cool, like a feeling of cool, but in a way of a cool spring on a warm day. And they kind of stand there very tall with, you can't tell if it's like red hair or like autumn leaves.
That's cool.
And a pair of like branching antlers and a very like curvy and curvy body, and is like wearing this like, it's either a lot of layers of very thin fabric, or it is water, and it is sunlight that reflects off the water. And that is how you see Anise at this moment.
I
got these very like deep, dark, like almost black eyes that are just, it's like looking down into very deep water.
I take it you're here to help me mourn again.
Well, that's the idea. I will say you've had a good start.
I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mourning's not easy, is it?
No, and it doesn't ever stop.
Yeah.
It's not a very good pitch.
Do you hear whenever anyone talks about mourning?
Yes.
So you heard Lupin too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I kind of took your job there, saying that she can mourn.
I'm very glad that you did say that.
You are?
Yeah. I mean, I can't be there all the time telling everyone to do everything.
No, that seems pretty difficult.
Yeah. I mean, people use other ways of coping rather than mourning these days.
Yeah.
But,
I want to help him. I mean, I'm new to this. As you're probably well aware.
Yes.
I don't know, I mean... Yeah, she's told me he's like over 1,000 years, but I just... I want to know how to do it.
It's not something that can be taught quickly. It is more a skill of experience than anything else. But I can do what I can to help you. I will say that what you are wanting to do, to mourn, it is very opposite of who your inspiration has been previously.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind.
can't learn quickly to do it, but I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If I helped Lupin more in the world that he lost, will it help me?
I think it would.
But I don't know how to do that.
How to help Lupin?
Not really. I mean,
I think that a lot of what you are trying to do, it is to help you. Teaching Lupin will help you understand mourning, and I think that your understanding of loss will also help to teach Lupin.
you think?
I think it will.
I like look around the gardens. Did mourning cause this?
I think remembrance caused this. Do you recognize it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Was it a part of her?
Yeah. It was, the garden where I first met her. I came bumbling down from the wall and she heard a noise and I had to quickly change my appearance. And then she saw me and I saw her. She was so nice. I wasn't used to that. Thought it was a trick for a little bit. And I met her parents, and then it was like, oh, no, it's genuine. But mourning helped to cause this.
Yes, mourning is not a bad thing.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's a way to process.
I want to understand it. You know, like, is there like a bench or anywhere? Like, you know
yeah,
how...
there's like a garden bench.
Okay, I'm gonna go sit on the bench.
Okay. She's gonna come over and kind of sit in the grass beside the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like
I love knees.
cross her legs and sit down across from you.
Do you often just come to people's dreams and talk to them?
Well, visiting dreams is something that hasn't always been possible for gods. But I'd like to when I can to help in some way.
I want to help people. I mean, that's what I set out to do as Jackie, was to help people.
Do you want to help people for you or for Jackie?
I think me. I mean, I don't think Jackie would have went out and fought for people. Not in the way I did anyway. She really wanted that tavern. Like, really badly. She really, really wanted that tavern. But I don't think it was my dream.
Your dream was to be happy in her dream?
Yeah. She would tell me all the stories of the travelers and heroes that would come into the tavern, and she'd hear their stories, and I guess I kind of wanted to be like that. So I guess in the end, Jackie didn't help anyone, but I did. don't understand you, gods. In one day, or in less than a week, I've met more gods than I ever knew about.
Oh, we are very different from each other.
You're telling me.
From what I know, you have met Emrys.
Yeah.
And LCL as well?
Yeah. She came over and talked a little bit.
You can see the, expression on Anissa's face is the expression of, I'm not judging, but, LCL, okay. That kind of, It's the friend who's, who knows that their friend is in a bad relationship, but they're like, I support you.
I know exactly. I've been that friend. I understand. I know that. I know that face.
That expression of
Does she always lie? Or is it just a thing she says that she does?
I mean, if you expect her always to lie, then that's too predictable, I suppose. So I guess she sometimes tells the truth and sometimes lies to throw you off.
Is it wrong to want to believe the lies sometime?
No. I think we all want to believe some lies.
I wanted to believe her when she said that I could just be Seraphim. But I couldn't. I had to let him go. It wouldn't have been fair to him.
I'm never one to say that somebody would have deserved this, or somebody would have wanted you to do this or that, because that's stupid. But I think that Seraphim was ready to go.
I think so too.
I mean, Seraphim is not in a way that a lot of people are, because I'm gonna say human as in not human, but the flaws of humanity,
Yeah.
The only reason that the broken angel became Seraphim, became human, was because it was breaking and the heart leaked out. The rest of Seraphim did not go to my river, because it couldn't, because it never was. I believe it went back to its creator.
Oh.
Whatever that means.
Well.
But there was a Seraphim. Because there was a Seraphim for you, which made it real. Which made Seraphim real.
I think he deserves to be mourned. Deserves to be remembered. Not as the broken angel, but as him, Seraphim. And I think I think someone should be there for Martin when he has to mourn.
I agree.
I think a lot of people need to mourn. I mean, at camp,
Many people ended there and left unmourned.
Do gods mourn?
Not. Some do, but many don't in the same way that mortals do. Because gods don't end in the same way that mortals do.
But you mourn.
I do.
I want to help people in Nice. I want to help Lupin. I want to help Martin and Rincewind. I want to help myself. I mean, I don't even know who the fuck I am. I really do want to help people. But I think the only way I can do that is being able to mourn so much. But I want to do it so badly. But it's like a river, isn't it? It takes time to get from one place to another.
Yes.
And then, there's branches in the way that stop it, and all that, I think.
And sometimes you need to swim to the side to rest.
Yeah. I want to do that.
You can do that.
I will. I will do that.
You will.
And I'll help other leaves that fall into the little river and help them across, help them over, help them under, and take them to the side. I want to do that. How do I do that?
I can teach you. I can teach you how. I can teach you tools that might help. And I will warn you that when mourning, it opens the floodgates that you might not be prepared for. And I will also warn you that if you wish to promise your mourning to me, any that had inspired you in the past, especially the specific one that inspired you in the specific past, is going to be very mad.
Are you talking about Halcyon?
Yeah. She's not gonna like it. And she might
lie to me?
Lie to you, or
oh no.
Gods are powerful. She could,
well,
excuse my language, fuck your shit up.
haven't seen any of it yet. No offense. I mean, the god. I have no proof of that. I wasn't there for the war.
No.
And oh no, she's gonna lie to me again. Maybe if she wasn't a shit person. Excuse my language. Because from what Lupin's told me, I guess, the creator of my entire species, my being, isn't good. I want to do this.
I can help you do this.
And I need to do this. Any floodgates, I'm not gonna drown. Please let me do this.
I will let you do this.
Thank you.
Let me show you something. And she
What? Okay.
she like leads you through the garden, and she's like gesturing to different features of the garden. The willow tree.
Yes. That's new.
It is new. That I'm assuming was not in the original garden.
New.
This kind of dream, it reflects your learning as you learn. The willow tree is the big mourning. It was planted a very long time ago, but because it was never fed, it didn't do anything until now when it exploded into life. And she like leads you over to the archway of the garden. And she kind of like almost like plucks seeds from the air, you know, like they're not there, and then as she like kind of pinches them, they like become real. And she hands them to you. I can teach you things. These are the things that I can teach you. If you plant them, I can teach you how to use them.
Okay.
If this is magic, if that is okay with you.
Magic. I've used magic before.
Jackie has used magic before.
I see now.
Magic comes from your heart. If you do not have a heart, you cannot use magic.
Right.
And my magic comes from remembrance and mourning. And when you use your magic, you will have to pull from that as well.
So that's what the floodgates are about.
Yeah.
Well, luckily a lot of dams are built, so I think I have a lot to mourn for.
I think you do.
Do I just put them on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start planting them.
Yeah.
Around the archway.
As you plant them, flowers start to bloom.
Holy shit.
And they wrap around the archway, and as each of the flowers bloom, she takes the time in your dream to teach you these specific spells. And I think we're just gonna fade out from there.
Yay.
So like the rest of the night, you're learning magic
Learning
with the
magic.
niece. I'm gonna go get Briar. Are you good?
I'm great. I love
Is
this.
everything good?
Yeah, I'm good. I get to switch characters now.
Boom, 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 boom,
Hi.
boom. Nothing.
Hey, Briar.
To adjust.
Why would you ever need to do that?
How you doing?
Good. That was a long time.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't yank your hand away.
Don't worry, you're gonna dream too.
I'm sorry. You get a dream too.
And then I get sent away. Am I?
Yes.
Why is it actually?
Huh?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah,
that
just
was-
for this.
That was a joke.
Okay, bye.
I think it would work. Is my room unlocked? Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Callie.
Hi. How you doing?
Lupin wrote something for Jian.
How long were we? Were we like half an hour or something? Oh my god, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was in there, I was like, I'm about to I was like, they booted me out. I'm so cold and alone. I was like, she's like, are you cold? What's going on? Get a chair. And she's like focusing on the cold part, and I was like, I'm alone. I'm not playing D&D.
And you're not here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay, so you wait until Jian is asleep
It's my favorite bit now.
before you go to bed, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jian falls asleep and falls fast asleep, like, oh my god. You know, like
Been there.
unconscious. I want you to make me either religion or arcana check, actually.
Okay. Religion or Arcana? Let's see which one's better. Oh, both of them are +4s. I'm gonna switch that out for my 12.
Okay.
So +4, 16.
Okay. You.
Callie didn't get to see how that works too.
Nope. So, I mean, I just realized that you probably wouldn't be able to do this. Your deity is the deity of dreams. And you kind of feel something from your Mimsy in, whenever someone dreams. And so you feel it in, like, around Jian as Jian is dreaming. As well as, it's almost as if there is another entity as well as your Mimsy interfering with Jian's dreams. And that's what you get with that. There's someone else there.
Can I explore that further?
Nope.
Okay. Is my Mimsy here with me?
Not at this moment. I mean, like, your Mimsy's always there with you, but, like, not in a noticeable way, because it's kind of like a constant.
Can I go over to Jian
Mm-hmm.
and see? Let me see if I have any spells that can help me here. Can I cast Sense Emotions again?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is hilarious. Just like conked out Jian. Like,
Yeah.
Shh. Me.
Yeah.
What I think you would probably feel is a like bone deep sadness. That is, you're doing this like right when they fall asleep, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, like a sadness and a sorrowful mourning kind of thing going on.
Hello? Is she as interesting as Jian is? In how hard she's denying that she still loves Emrys?
Wait, what? Sorry. Can you rephrase that for me to understand?
Yeah. Like, is Jian as interesting as Aiko is? Or is, like, Aiko more interesting in the way that she's lying to herself?
No response.
How does it feel that your precious little tambourine sang for my god?
There's no response.
I know that you infect his dreams. You can't lie about that.
There's no response to your questions.
Know that I see you. I'm going to talk to Mimsy now.
Okay.
Let me see if this is actually what I want to say. Okay. Oh, sweet mother, do not look. The world as is not fit to be loved by you. It cannot be loved, for the land has grown loveless. It's grown into its brokenness and resigned itself to emptiness.
You don't... You feel a slight, like, warm... I don't know if it's like... I will describe it as a breeze of feeling rather than, like, an actual, like, breeze. But, like, some sort of warmth. As you say this.
I'm just one person, Whimsy. And this world is so big and so broken. And my faith in you is strong, but my faith in myself too. Bring the type of healing I would hope I could bring. I don't know if I can do it.
Can I have you make a history check real quick?
16.
You speak all of this, and you remember the stories that you were told when you were a child of how things were before, and of how beautiful the world was created because of your mimsy, and how it was the mimsy was taken away, and that's when things started to change. You've always kind of understood that that's why the mimsy does not, like, can't interfere that much, because it's barely there, because it was made to be forgotten. And you feel this, like, I mean, the most you ever get is a feeling in response to something. That's kind of all it can give you, at least in this state, you know. But you get a feeling of, like, hope in a way of, like, stand strong, my little believer sort of thing.
That's really sweet.
We never really, like, you never ever, like, hear a voice or anything. It's more like you understand the feeling to mean this, that kind of thing.
Okay.
What?
I have a separate question.
Okay.
Along with that feeling, since I'm standing so close to Jian, do I still feel that coldness of whatever?
Previously you had felt this, like, coldness of, like, Jian has never allowed for themselves to have their own dreams. Jian has never allowed for themselves to, like, have their own hopes, because it has always been Jackie. Or at least as long as you have known. What?
I'm sorry. The coldness in regard to the object that he has on his person.
Oh, I understand. You still feel it.
I want to take it out of his bag.
Okay. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Oh, I'm scared. 17.
You are able to sustain it and not be, like, weakened by it or anything. But as you're just, like, picking it up, fucking holding it in your
Yeah.
wing.
Yeah. Or whatever, like, contraption that Jian has, like, with the string or whatever. Yeah.
But as you pick it up, you feel this, like, shudder of, like, cold and the feeling of, I don't know how to, like, the feeling that it kind of gives of, like, when someone is like, well, I'm gonna tell you this, like, really harsh, mean thing because it's better to know the truth. You know, like, that kind of thing where it's like, they're just being mean. Like, it's not like, you need to know this. It's like, yeah, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
and you feel the world kind of... It doesn't change because there's not really an illusion of anything else there. Jian is still Jian. You are still you. The cart is still the cart.
Do I see any other presence?
No, you do not. It is very cold, and it is that feeling of there are things that have negative connotations but aren't bad. This feels like the stereotype of death, of death isn't a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what happens when our bodies get too tired.
Mm-hmm.
But this is cold and just the skin prickling goosebumps of that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. This looks like the thing from my blueprints, right?
It's really wonky.
It's
not a perfect rendition of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the kind of building where you kind of try to do something and then you draw a little bit of the blueprint for it, and then you do, you're going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're done with that, you actually make it.
Yeah.
This seems like the weird, wonky first prototype of something.
Okay. Can I try and go back in my memories and see if I can pinpoint or understand what this is?
Yeah.
In relation to Emrys specifically.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll. It's going to be a high DC because you already rolled to try to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how rolling works, is that
Okay.
if you keep trying, it gets harder and harder every
Yeah.
time.
Is it wisdom?
It would be... So you're trying to figure out, what you know of it from Emrys kind of thing. It would be a history
Or,
check.
specifically in my memories. This object specifically, where it is in my memory.
History check.
Yeah, okay.
I swear your cat can see ghosts.
22.
She's just
I think she can. I rolled a 22.
Your memories are always of, from the perspective of Aiko. That's kind of how they work.
Mm-hmm.
You remember something, not this item, something similar to this item, being given to Aiko in a very...
Wow, that was intense.
emotionally charged moment of Aiko was mad. Emrys came to Aiko to try to apologize and gave this as I wanted to give you this anyway. But please take this so that you can trust me, that kind of thing. In the things that you had felt before of it's an exchange of trust. This felt like a forced exchange of trust. This felt like, please take this so that you can trust me, rather than I give you this as a sign of my trust. That kind of
So
thing.
it's not the same as the eye that I have. It's not necessarily the same feeling. It's not, oh, this is a gift I'm giving you.
You genuinely don't really understand what that feeling of the eye is, because it's so vague, the feelings that you got.
Okay.
But it is not an exchange of I trust you, so I'm gonna give this to you. It's more please, that kind of thing.
This is more of an act of desperation, rather than of love.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an act of desperation in order to regain love. if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Which isn't healthy.
No. I'm starting to come up with some opinions on Emrys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now the question is, do I return this? I really fucking don't want to. I'm going to put it back.
Okay.
And I think that is all I'm going to do.
Are you going to EP?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So you fall asleep.
Oh shit, I still get a dream too? Fuck, dude. God fucking damn it.
You have a dream. As always, memory. But this is in a place you haven't seen before. It's in a forest. But the forest is how things are now. It is not from long ago. It is, you can't really tell, like, if it was, like, yesterday, if it was, like, 20 years ago, like, that kind of thing, because to you, everything looks different. Yeah. And different is the signifier, not, like, oh, you don't know, you don't, like, know enough about the world to be like, oh, this looks like something that happened 20 years ago, or oh, this looks like something that's happening now, because you have not seen enough of the world.
Yeah.
But it is in a grove in a forest, and there are little huts in the grove, like a little village or something, and there are furbolgs living there. Troy just gave me the most angry look.
No, I was confused. It was a look of confusion, I promise.
Okay.
Like, halt? It was a look of halt rather than ugh.
Yeah. And I mean, as always, your memories are like from the like eyes of Aiko, because like that's how.
Okay.
Or is wigging out over a piece of dust on the carpet.
Honestly, same. I go insane for dust.
But in this village, there is a, like young furbolgs running around, and there's like furbolg. I mean, it's like dark. It's like overcast because that's kind of how it is right now. But there are like the strings of like triangle flags that people like just like decorate for color. That is all over. Like, they the use of bright color to juxtapose the darkness of the world around, that kind of thing. And the kids are like running around, and there's some like what you could only assume is like teenage kids, like playing like some sort of stick-based ball game of some sort. Like they're like sticks with little baskets, and they're like doing some sort. It's almost like a less like a running around with a ball and everyone trying to get it, and rather like tossing back and forth to create like a pattern and stuff like that. And you see at the kind of like center of this, you like Aiko is standing with two people, and behind you you, quote unquote you, is a figure in red beads and LCL.
Yeah.
And LCL is, like, comes out from behind you and is talking to these two figures. And these two figures are both Jackie. And they are, you know, being told things from LCL. And they nod, and they begin to play with the teens. And Bro has a chain that is probably part of something that you own.
Probably. It's fine.
And they begin to play, and they're suddenly the feeling changes. It's more tense. The adults, like the Furbolg adults who have been, like, you know, ordering their things for like in, like, there were some, like, little stalls that, like, in, like, little carts so that you can, like, go get food or whatever. And there's a little hut where comes out these, like, 3 very old Furbolgs, and it seems like I go and LCL had asked them for something, and they had gone away and, like, talked about it and come back, and they're like shaking their head. They're like, no. And you see LCL gesture to the 2 Jackies, and they begin to do magic to constrict movement of the... Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to piece things together.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just face journeying, sorry.
I couldn't tell if you were, like, tearing up or, like, what was happening. Okay. Like, they constrict movement, like, immobilize through magic. You can see there are other forces begin to enter the little shelter. I don't know, the grove, and from the sky you can see LCL pull almost like ink from the sky and bring it down to the earth and poison the ground below. And Furbolgs are running. They are scared. There is, as the ink kind of spreads, it will catch one and they will be immobilized, and it takes over their body, and they are almost like obsidian statues where they stand, like dark, like black stone. And you see, as this is happening, the 2 Jackies are doing their magic, and they both begin to transform into Jian. But one of them is having a hard time, is like, it's taking a lot to transform, while the other is just like, you know, how you see Jintu, where it's like, you know, blink, and then it's different or whatever. But the other one is just like having to put so much energy into transforming. It's not an innate thing. And as you watch, you see a teen run past you, and it has the, like, shaggy, like, brownish red hair, and, like, tall, like, gangly big, like, wide build of Martin. He's a kid as he's running away from his home to save himself. And you wake up. You okay?
What?
I'm gonna go get
Okay.
Callie.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I heard the footsteps and I got excited. What does Briar look like? How you feeling? You okay? Oh no.
I'm fine. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Is this something that you leave for...
Yeah.
Okay. By the morning, by the time that you wake up,
Also,
you are... You've been awake for a long time.
and I've curled up next to Jian too.
Okay.
When I feel you starting to wake up, I get up and I run away. You can hear like you run off to her little spot.
Mm-hmm.
What do I find around me? All I've done is like turn over.
Yeah.
I'm not
Did
sitting
you
up.
like leave the note, like, by them?
Yeah.
Or, okay. You see a little note with a little flower next to it. Are you, like, looking, or are you not making eye contact, or what is
She's
looking
on the
like?
other side of the car,
I'm looking at it.
facing away.
Okay.
I'm glancing over. I'm looking
Face
at
to
it.
wall, like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Wall, so interesting. Whoa.
What's this? Lupin, what's this? You have sung for her now. Oh my god. Does the audience already know what it says?
No.
No. Okay. So I'm gonna read it. But
Bro wrote this while he was locked in the room.
I hate you.
I was writing it while I was sitting here, and then you guys made me go away, and I was like, well, then I'm gonna do things too.
I hate you. Okay, then I'm reading it out loud, but it's mostly Jin's reading it in their head, but for the audience.
For me, I don't know what this
Yeah,
is.
for you. Dearest, I'm just gonna read it normally. Dearest Jin, and in you, I see the dust of your being and the ash of your bones. You are so beautiful, and as I see the beauty you carry, I feel my whimsy smile. Because while your favors you for lying plus deceiving, the famous you for the beat of your heart and the tread of your step on her earth. You are loved for you. It is an honor to see you in life and slowly return to dust by your side. Your Lupin. Well, you know how to say good morning.
She doesn't say anything.
Lupin. Lupin, 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 Lupin.
You know how to say good morning.
I haven't said it yet.
Exactly.
Lupin,
Good morning.
Lupin,
Good morning.
Lupin.
Good morning.
You have to say what? Lupin.
What?
Good morning. How do you sleep?
I didn't.
Shame.
Yes.
You slept in.
What time is it?
About time you woke up, actually. How did you sleep?
Pretty good, actually. I slept really good.
Insight.
Okay.
Insight this bitch.
Persuasion or deception, don't tell us which one.
Okay. Okay. Don't tell.
Yeah,
Oh,
just,
wait,
Just pick
do I have to-
persuasion or deception.
Do I have to roll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Uh, 14.
18.
What?
I slept good.
Did you have any dreams?
I mean, I did, yeah. But I always have dreams.
Did she talk to you?
There's a lot of she's in my life now. Gotta be more specific.
LCL.
No, she didn't. Don't worry. She didn't.
Insight.
Oh my god!
Okay.
That's really in.
Yeah.
I don't believe this.
Mine's a 6.
30-20.
I didn't talk to her.
Lupin's attitude towards you has changed.
What the fuck?
I just would like you to know.
Do I notice that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You okay?
Are we lying to each other or are we telling the truth?
Okay. Hold on. Let me catch up on awake. Telling the truth?
What was your question again?
I asked, are you okay?
No.
You want to talk about it, or is it a privacy thing? Privacy thing. Got it.
What is the cold object in your bag?
Huh?
The cold object in your bag.
I'm gonna reach into my bag. I mean, obviously, my things have been moved.
Insight. Or investigation. Let's see if anything's... Or perception. To see if anything's moved.
Yeah, because I know that it is a satchel, so things do move. But I did have it in the little parcel. It was investigation.
Perception.
Perception. That makes it a 9.
I mean, things move in the satchel,
Yeah,
so
I know.
it's kind of hard to tell what's just moved from your movement or if something has been touched.
You talking about this and I pull it out? You mean the loop-de-loop of reality?
I love that Jen actually thinks of it as
That's what they call
the
it.
loop-de-loop of reality.
What is it?
I don't know. I found it and I took it. And it does things.
What does it do?
Makes me see reality at the camp. Like when we were at the camp, I touched it and everything felt cold and it was not good. Everything looked broken. It was kind of shitty. Why? Is it bad? Is it bad? Am I touching a bad thing?
Oh my goodness. I love Jen so much.
Well, if you're wary of it, then you can give it to me.
Oh no, it's alright. It's not a loop-de-loop of reality. I found it.
All right.
But is it dangerous?
Well, no, I don't know.
Okay. Does it feel dangerous?
Yes.
Really? It just feels cold, and it makes me feel cold and bad, but not bad.
Do you not hear what you're saying right now?
No.
It makes me feel cold and bad. Not like bad.
It doesn't. It just made me see what camp looked like, and it was interesting. Do you know what this is?
I have some idea.
Is it bad something?
You've
not told me if this is a bad thing or
I've already said that it seems dangerous.
Okay, but that's not an answer.
Don't you think?
Seems dangerous and it's bad are two different things.
Let's just get to where we're going.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back. Did anything change? Because I am holding it. I don't have the parcel on. I am holding it with my hands. Besides, like, that cold, bad feeling.
Wisdom save. If you're holding... Are you, like, holding it around the cloth, or are you holding it?
No, I'm holding it.
Rose raw dog in it.
Wisdom save.
Okay,
raw
right.
dog.
How dare you say that phrase?
That's...
No, okay.
18.
It seems fine.
Okay.
It's the same cold as before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put it back in the little parcel thing.
You didn't happen to destroy a Furbolt village at one point, did you?
Oh, what? No, I would have remembered that. I didn't do that. Why?
Just curious.
Okay. Did I? This is me asking the DM, did I do that? I don't like that, did I?
Can I ask you to make an insight check?
Okay.
On yourself.
On myself?
You're fucked!
Oh yeah, because I'm questioning myself now. Did I do that? 9 plus 5. 14?
It's faint, but you feel like there is something there that is checking every single one of the words that comes out of your mouth.
What? Can you rephrase that in a different way?
I understand it.
I don't.
I understand it.
I don't understand it. Can you say it again in a different way?
Rephrase, please. It feels like... Jian feels like there is something that is checking the words that they're saying before they exit their lips.
So like they're being controlled by something.
Or...
Did I destroy a former?
Or either being controlled or like checking, you know, or like...
You keep using the same word and I don't know!
So it's kind of like,
It's like a filter, you know? Like,
okay.
Like make sure the middle schoolers aren't looking up how to, I don't know.
It's like changing the word, so when you, instead of fuck, it's frick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Did you?
No. I think I probably would have remembered doing that.
Well, you don't remember very much, though.
Okay, well, I mean, I feel... I swear to you, I did not destroy Furbolt Village. If I did, I probably wouldn't be a good person. Looks away, mildly. Besides, that doesn't sound like me.
Sure look like you are enough.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
How strongly would you say your loyalty is to LCL?
Not really. I mean,
Are you sure?
yeah. I mean, I didn't really think about her. I mean, yeah, she's the creator of me, kind of. It's not like I worshipped her or anything.
You don't have to worship to have loyalty.
No, because I never really thought about her at all.
If she asked you to, would you start lying about your identity again?
No. I don't think I would.
And how certain are you that you're not lying to yourself so good that you aren't fully convinced of it?
Because I let go of things now. I've learned to do that. And the one thing that I was using to lie to myself, I have let her go.
Lupin started crying again.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she's just gonna hug you.
Aww.
It's okay. It's okay.
Man, she's just an emotional little dude.
It's okay.
Are we almost there?
DM, are we almost there?
We almost there?
Mid-morning was when it was said to be there, and you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that as you had been awake for a while, the way that, like, geography works in this world...
Geography.
Geography? You were in one area, and you transferred to another.
Do they not have like a thing where it's like next stop?
Next stop, Eisenwood.
You were in Santa, and you entered into Rosum. So you could see the geography change as you were in a... I'm assuming that you had been, like, looking out the window every once in a while or something. But Insanta was a very, like, almost... You had gone through, like past a city, and you could see that, like, everything that everything that the light touched was very, like, in the same way as this train, like, over-engineered, like...
Everything the light touches.
No! How dare you! But, like, over-engineered, and everything was man-made, like...
Gross.
Awful, awful, awful. Going into Rosum as a place where... it almost looks like a place that you might recognize. Of, like, okay, the sun shines here. Okay, the grass is green sometimes. The rivers are not dried up, you know, like, it is a very much more like plentiful and colorful place than where you had just been.
On this map, can you identify where we were?
So you were here.
Okay.
And you, like, traveled down it.
Let me do a little dot. And we're traveling to... Shit, we go through water in this train? That's fucking sick.
And you can also go around it, dude. Bruh.
I knew that. Okay.
Well, I don't know if I destroyed a furbug village or not. No, I'm questioning everything. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Changelings look similar.
Changeling racism? Hello.
We got changelingism.
Changelism.
And against...
Jian is a changeling, they can say that.
And you got again.
And Lupin's really old, so, like, technically she shouldn't say it, but she can. No, I'm kidding. I don't believe that.
And then we got the like suspicious questions about insectarian.
No, it was just curiosity.
So,
You know,
like,
I think Jian is the one who
so,
has
like,
some...
Look,
I don't really
Jian's been
understand
through a
it.
lot.
That doesn't give it an excuse that... Bro, you can't just ask someone why they're insectitarian. Okay, anyway.
Okay.
We're
Ask
just
someone-
fucking around.
You could just ask someone if they started a furbo gorilla. Just like,
Listen, I needed to know.
well, now I need to know.
Well, maybe Jin can ask some clarifying questions.
Nah.
Okay, so as we, as the train chugs along, you hear, from, like, the walls of the cabin, just, next stop, Eisenwood.
Oh.
And about 10 minutes later, the train starts to slow down and creak really loudly. And finally jostles you and stops.
Am I still carrying Lupin? Is Lupin still in my arms?
I hop down.
Okay. You ready?
I suppose so. She gives like a really wary little like...
You want to climb on?
Yeah.
Okay.
She hops up.
I bend down.
My goal is to give Jin a permanent indentation in his shoulder from where Lupin and her, like, what? Probably like 20-pound little body.
Yeah.
15-pound, 10-pound body.
Okay. As
Tree.
have you been on a train before?
I've been on a train before? No, I haven't actually. No, I have no idea.
You've not been on a train?
I've never been on a train
Dude,
before. I've been
okay.
on the subway, like on the Max.
It's not
This is
the same.
different.
Yeah.
As,
Oh wait, can I do something?
Yes.
By the way,
Huh?
I might be Jackie for a little bit, or might look like her. It's gonna make it so much easier to be here. Trust me. I won't pretend though. I know who I am.
Okay.
Harry the Heron God bounces down the
I thought his name was Peter.
Don't guess.
I'm so
like
sorry.
me.
I'm so sorry.
Don't.
I'm so sorry. His
We
name is
talked
Harry.
about this.
I'm sorry! It was more a joke. It was more a joke.
I know. I was
Just to fuck
joking.
with your head. Listen. Okay.
But it's like going to every cabin, checking to see if anyone has tickets, and then marking them and taking them. That's how trains work.
I didn't know that.
Bro. And Harry. Yes, Harry comes, slides open, goes and slides up in your compartment. I think I remember something about you going to Eisenwood.
Yep. This is our stop.
And he takes the tickets, rips it in half, and gives you the bottom half. Well, what?
It's just it nothing.
I think it's so funny to see a changeling with a little bird
Yeah.
on them.
So he takes your ticket and bounces down to the next one and checks and just goes down.
Now I can walk off the train.
Yes.
Okay.
Bro. I can't believe you've never been on a train before.
I was never able to. I've never lived anywhere with a train.
So you are able to go. If you want to. You leave.
Into the beautiful world of Eisenwood.
Eisenwood. Do you go to Jackie immediately, or are you gonna?
No, I'm gonna find somewhere
Okay.
a little bit more isolated.
Because you're ashamed of me. No.
You step off the train into Eisenwood, and we're gonna leave it there. Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean that I... What? What did I do? I didn't do it. It's an imposter.
The imposters among us.
Look, man, the loop-de-doop-loop of reality would never fail me, okay?
I don't know about that.
I love Jian. I love getting to know Jian now. Jian is so funny. Jian is so cute.
I love Jin.
This is so cute, though. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to keep this?
Yeah.
Thank
She
you for
made it.
listening.
All by herself.
listen to you next time. Bye.
Huh?
Bye-bye.